Now, when Grant Williams had a cardiac arrest whilst training for a marathon, he was fortunate that two off-duty doctors were nearby to come to his aid.
Thanks to a BBC Breakfast appeal, he was reunited with the two of them last year. Let's take a look.
In March 2024, Grant Williams' heart stopped beating.
We was out to do a 12-mile run in prep for the Manchester Marathon. We stopped after 11 miles for a picture with the group, which we always do. Literally 15 minutes further down the road, just complete darkness.
Grant is here today thanks to the quick thinking of his friends who started CPR and ran to find a defibrillator, but also because of two off-duty doctors who by chance were nearby and rushed to Grant's side.
You want to know who these doctors are, don't you?
I'd love to find out. If it was one of you, then please come forward.
And it didn't take long for BBC Breakfast to work its magic.
How are you doing? Oh. Great to see you.
On you,
really honestly, good to see you.
Mel and Joe brought Grant back to life and kept him going until the surgeons at Liverpool Heart and Chest Hospital could operate. The three have remained good friends and are now taking on a challenge together to raise money for the hospital.
Well, I'm very pleased to say we are now joined on the sofa by Grant Williams, alongside doctors Joe Clarkson and Mel Hamilton. It's really, really good to see you. It's just, I mean, we saw the story there. It's such a positive story. But just, you know, Grant, from your perspective, March 2024, I mean, that day must just stick in your mind as, you know, it was nearly it, basically.
Well, yeah, it was until these two come along, to be honest, kind of thing, do you know what I mean? But from the outset of it, it's been such a strange but amazing journey, you know, the recovery side as well, and raise as much money as we can for the Heart and Chest Hospital and setting a target for the marathon.
How are you now?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, I got discharged from the Heart and Chest around about 4 months ago. So literally, the training's been going well. I'm probably up to, I'd say, maybe 80% of what I felt I was before I had the funny turn, they call it, kind of thing, do you mean?
And Mel and Joe, I mean, what's astonishing about this story is not only were you nearby, but you weren't there together. You were there separately, and you were able to get to his help pretty quickly. Yeah. Just talk us through what happened on that day, because when you first knew there was a problem.
Yeah, so I was cycling past. I just finished a night shift on my normal route, and then saw a group of people on the side of the road and a couple of people on the floor, and I thought, this all looks a bit strange. So pulled over off my bike and kind of recognised straight away Grant wasn't looking great, very grey, not breathing properly. So started CPR. Luckily, we'd already phoned for the ambulance, and somebody had gone to get a defib from the Tesco Metro down the road, and then doing chest compressions, Joe appears to help me as well, which was great. And he'd just been getting his hair cut at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it started off as a normal Saturday for me, really. I just went to get my hair cut, was in the barber's chair, saw a running group coming past, and it was Grant. I kind of saw someone fall over, didn't really think anything of it. And then my barber then kind of said, oh, you know, it looks like something is going on, a little bit more than just a fall here. Kind of stood up and saw that someone was doing chest compressions, so just ran out of the barber shop, really.
And when did you first become aware as well that Grant was looking for you?
So, I mean, after everything happened on the Saturday, I was away on holiday for a few weeks, thinking about it kind of every day, because it's not something we might see kind of in hospital, but we don't see it in the community or at all. So yeah, it was about 6 weeks or so, I think, and then we've got a few group chats, and someone posted a video, the video that Grant did. So we saw that, and it was amazing, really.
Yeah. Because you might think that as doctors, you're dealing with kind of life-threatening situations all the time, but as you say, there's something different about being out of your work environment, and presumably you wanted to know how Grant had got on.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you do see it in hospital, but it is completely different. Just in your day-to-day life, you don't expect to see it. It's never pleasant, but seeing Grant on that video, it was just a fantastic feeling.
Yeah, it was nice.
Grant, were you nervous about training again?
No, because I think I've just been given a new lease of life, and because I had the guarantees from the surgeon as well, they said, just go out and do it. And although I don't like running one bit, don't get me wrong, kind of thing, but like when I was running post-op kind of thing before I had the cardiac arrest, I always struggled. I was always at the back. I just listened to conversations. I could never join in conversations. And that's obviously found out that my heart wasn't functioning like it should have been. But since that now, when I'm running, I'm full of beans. Holding a conversation. Well, I wouldn't say full of beans. But I'm at least holding a conversation and everything, so I feel much better and much stronger.
I mean, there's running and there's running a marathon, which you're doing full marathon, half marathon, amazing. How's the training going?
Yeah, so we got one of our female instructors called Liv. She's put a training plan together because there's 45 of us all together going down to Newport on April the 13th. Some are doing the 10K, some are doing the half, and there's 32 of us doing the full marathon on that day. So training's well in flow now. They're all like today, the rest of the group doing 30 miles. So we're lucky that we managed to get here today. Yeah. But then we do a run on a Thursday evening and the big run on the Saturday. So touch wood, it'll all be good.
Mel, you mentioned the defib that came from the supermarket, didn't it? And we talk about it on this programme a lot, about what people need to know. A lot of people are nervous about using them, particularly, of course, as well, if you're applying, the patches and taking people's clothes off, it's really important. It really helped here, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I don't think I've ever used automatic defib. In hospital, we have much fancier ones. But they are really kind of user-friendly. There's lots of instructions inside. Maybe if you've got one at work or something, go and have a look, take it out, just check with your health and safety person that you can just have a look at it. Yeah. It's pretty easy, kind of pad here. It's just one button to press. So actually, they're quite easy to use. But yeah, it did help here. Kind of definitely got Grant's heart back in a normal rhythm. So we definitely needed that defib as much as we were doing compressions. He needed that shock.
Tell us about the heart and chest unit that you're raising the money for.
Yeah, so obviously when I went in there, from like the cleaners to the people who bring you your tea and toast in the morning, up to the surgeons, you couldn't ask for any better kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I think like all trusts like that, they need money. So the first thing we'd done straight away, we'd done a massive fitness session to raise the first lot of money on a Friday. Then we'd done the big black tie event, didn't we, last month, which was absolutely amazing, and we raised over £5,000 there. Our talk was always £10,000, so now with the money, hopefully from the marathon, that should go well above that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
And what will that be used for?
So that will be kept in-house in the Heart and Chest Hospital. So even things like telly on the wards, telly on the walls in the wards kind of thing is so important for families coming and visiting, a good tea room and everything. So it will be used wisely.
And Joe, so you've been roped into this marathon now.
I have, yeah. I have.
Have you been a runner?
Peer pressure.
More peer pressure, yeah. No, it's not. I run occasionally. I've not run any more than a 10K, to be honest with you. Yeah. So it's a challenge, but I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
What's the training involved right now?
Well, I have to admit, I've been a little bit injured over the last kind of month or so.
And it's been Christmas as well.
And it's been Christmas, so, we'll start now. No, I've been doing some runs and I go to the gym and stuff, so I'm looking forward to the challenge. I've got a great group of us doing it. Yeah. I think just the buzz on the day will get me through as well.
I feel like these two will whip you into shape as well.
Well, yeah.
I just think the group of people we got with us are really good people kind of thing, do you know what I mean? So there's no pressure whatsoever of like getting a set in a PB or a time just to finish. It'd be a great achievement for us, wouldn't it?
I mean, people say that, Grant's lucky that we're going to be there at the marathon. I actually think I'm lucky to have Grant there carrying me over the end.
Yeah, because it will come down to sort of mental resilience then as well, isn't it? Fitness is a huge part of it, but sometimes it's just about the head getting you over that line.
Yeah, definitely, and I think because there's such a good number of us doing it, we're all going to be there with each other anyway, kind of thing, Jimmy, and we know we'll go through some dark spots, and I fully understand when people say, yeah, you're going to hit the wall, I get that. Yeah. So we've got people around, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
It's amazing, isn't it, how events can totally change your life, and although that was a dreadful day, you've got positive friendships and, raising money for a really good cause. Yeah,
it's so good. And like the likes of me and Mel now, obviously we've gone for some nice meals together, haven't we, and everything, and their partners come to the black tie event. So, yeah, it's a good friendship, which, this time last year, I wouldn't know if they walked past me.
Yeah. And when it's so fascinating, isn't it, how this all played out, and the fact just by chance that you both happened to be there. What have you learned from this? Did you take away anything from this about off duty, sort of in a different setting? Did you learn anything about it as well?
Yeah, I guess we kind of do a lot of training for this, and we do it quite often in hospital, but it's so different. Normally you have a lot more support around you. So I guess it made me realise kind of how important it is to have all those other people around you. I was lucky that Joe came to help as well. And just that, you know, if we can do it, anybody can do it, really. We were saying kind of earlier, if you're in doubt, if you think somebody's collapsed, if you're in doubt, they're not breathing properly, you don't think maybe they've got a pulse, just start CPR.
Right.
If it's the wrong thing, they'll tell you to stop. So kind of maybe having us having a bit more awareness of what that's like in the community too.
Yeah, I mean, in hospital, it's a huge team approach. Out of hospital, we don't ever expect to see it. But again, it was just a huge team approach. We couldn't have just done it, me and Mel. Grant's friends, or I remember there was people behind asking if they want help. I was kind of just a bit tunnel vision at the time, but I remember people asking. There were so many people who came to help Grant. One of his friends ran to get the defib. You know, it was a huge team approach. It wasn't just being a doctor saved Grant. It was everyone.
Brilliant. Well, what a story. It's really, really good of you to come. Good luck with all your training.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I hope you get back out there. You've missed the training day today, so you'll have to make one up some other time. Grant, Joe and Mel, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.